Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to see furious women looking for a good man. Let's begin right away. Great question. How do I know he's future faking? A lot of times men will present their best foot forward first, and then if you miss the signs, sometimes you miss the signs, which I'm guilty of, you will not see a lot of things that maybe if you're hyper aware you see. Okay, so something future faking to me, I'm going to give you an example. We were eating dinner, right? And he's wanting to do vacations. This whole time, like, he has been paying for everything. Like, all the dates paying, everything paying. And I've offered to pay. He's like sparing no expense, right? I've offered to pay. He doesn't let me. So future faking to me. So like we were sitting at dinner, and he was like, hey, we should go on vacation. We should do this. We should do that. We should do this. And then, like, I guess after he had some drinks, he's like, yeah, we can go on vacation. I'll just start donating plasma up until then so I can have the money for the trip. Don't present yourself away and it not be true. Like, and I used to miss these things. Like, if you are new here or if you've been following for a while, my ex-husband didn't pay for anything. I paid for all the bills. I helped him pay off debt. I paid for all the vacation. I paid for everything. And I don't mind it. Like, when I'm in something, I'm in it 100%. What's mine is yours. If I love you, I will give you the shirt off my back. If it's the only thing I had and you needed it, it's yours. So to me, that was a red flag. And I don't think he realized he said that, or I don't know. But if you don't have the money to go on vacation, then no, go on vacation. And don't plan vacations with someone if you cannot afford it. Because then that would mean I'm footing the bill. I don't mind footing the bill, but not like that. Like that, to me, that's future faking. Just, if you're not able to do things, then present yourself that way. I have dated men that don't have money. I've dated men that struggle. I have dated men that earn debt, and I help them. I don't know if I have sucker written on my head or whatever, but when I love someone, I'm in it 100%. Your struggles are now my struggles, and I'm going to help you. I think that's what a woman or a man is supposed to do in a partnership. Like, you take that on and you help them and you try to make them have an easier, better life. I don't know if it's just me, but that's how I see it. That's what I see. Well, like, if you're in a relationship, you try to make that person's life better in every way possible. Financially, mentally, emotionally, every way possible. So that's a huge red flag to me. Like, he's been paying for all of this, but he has to donate plasma and for a vacation that he wants to take me on. Like, no. I am not going down that road again. No. My money is to me and my kids now. So y'all have the day dessert. I've never heard of this word before. Future faking. I think that just means fronting, right? Putting out front. Like, it seems like you have money when you don't or something. Men do this, and then they get into trouble when the girl wants to do something expensive because they think, hey, you've got to donate some plasma to pull this off, right? But, she might have made him feel like he had to impress her. Well, she shouldn't be hurt by it. Instead, she should feel pleased. He went out of his way to please her, which should make her feel good, because most guys would just say, you're too expensive for my taste. Here's one of my favorite dating tips that my therapist told me about that I never want you to forget. When you're dating somebody, if you look at them and say, I like them, but, that is when you know this person's not for you. I'm not talking about, oh, I just want them to open up a little bit more. Yeah, I can't wait to learn more about them. That's normal. That's dating. But if your conversation is, yeah, he's super great, but he's not ready for commitment, or, but he's not really emotionally available, or, but I just wish he was more like this, then what you're doing is you're looking at potential and you're not actually seeing the person for who they are. People are not going to change for anybody else besides themselves. And while, yes, of course, you can express needs, wants, desires, and see if somebody is willing to match you halfway. But if you're talking about the biggies, like somebody's communication style, their emotional availability, their traumas, and things like that, if you can't look at the person that you're dating and accept them for who they are, then this is not the person that you should continue to pursue. Imagine if somebody did that to you. Oh, I would like her if she did this. Because what that is you're not accepting people as they are. And trying to change them is a moot point. So stop betting on potential. The real red flag is that she's getting dating tips from her therapist. Don't think about what your doctor said. The fact that you pay your therapist for dating advice and that she basically tells you whatever you want to hear is a red flag. Also, 99% of the time, these therapists are women. They're single. They don't like men. And they're against sexism and all things traditional.
All right. All of my fellow 40-something-year-olds who who hate dating as much as I do, I've not been on a dating app in several months. And so I decided Friday night that I would get on one. And I matched with this guy and we start chatting away. Continued into Saturday and Sunday, and we made plans for Wednesday night. And then the more we talked, we were kind of like, we were kind of hitting it off. We're like, let's do Tuesday night too. Then comes Monday, and he's like, hey, do you think you can slip away, meet me for coffee? And so I do. The date was about 5 hours long, and it was great, went well. Very attractive man, great job, just all around. Seems like a great catch, right? So that night, it was great. Sent me a text afterwards, had a good time, all the things. Then Wednesday night, we go to dinner and he picks out the place. I meet him at his house. We ride together to the restaurant. And as we're sitting there, kind of, halfway through dinner, he decides to tell me, he's like, you check a lot of my boxes. I'm really into you. I've told all my sisters about you. I say, oh, his 2 sisters. They've seen pictures of you and this and that. And I'm like, whoa. Slow your roll, bro. And so dinner still is fine. Great. We move on. I go back home. He sends me a bunch more text, kind of just, again, I'm really into you. I really go after what I want, but it's at this point, it's just becoming too much. And I tend to pump the brakes and actually back up on the first night of our date. I just said, I really just don't get excited. I've been in this dating game longer than you. He's been divorced 2 years. I've been divorced for 14. So yeah, I've been in this single dating game for a hell of a lot longer. And he proceeded to also tell me he's gone on 40 dates in 2 years. And I'm like, that is more dates than I've gone on in my life. Let alone in 2 years. So anyway, I tell him I'm not excited. I don't get excited just because I've had so many letdowns. So I contain any and all excitement. He was kind of irritated by that. So after the second date, then he sends me a message the day after. And he's like, hey, I was reflecting on last night. I think I probably said too much, kind of opened up too much. I'm like, yeah, you think? And I just messaged him back like, hey, I get you being vulnerable, telling me how you feel. I'm just not in that place right now. It just seemed like an emotional dump, and I'm still digesting it, and I just handle things differently. And it kind of rubbed him the wrong way, and we were supposed to go out tomorrow night. He texted me today, canceled plans, and I just said, oh, are you going to LA? Because he was going to LA to meet some chick, and he's like, irritated that I thought he was going on that trip, and so he canceled all plans for the weekend, and he's just like, I'll contact you next week. I'm just gonna kind of let this simmer. So, yeah, no, I don't think so. I think we're good. I don't think there's a match anymore. I don't know. What would you guys do? I'm like, I wasn't really, after all that, emotional, crazy dump. I get it. I love, that he's so into me, but I'm just not at the same level as he is. And he really just didn't seem to like my boundaries. And I have these boundaries for a reason. I've been through a ton of therapy, and I've been single a lot longer. I'm gonna have boundaries. I'm not settling. But seriously, dating in your 40s is terrible. Why does it have to be so bad? Well, this divorced single mom in her 40s just said 3 things that will make men run away right away. As if the fact that she is divorced and single was bad enough. First, I'm going to therapy. The second thing is that I have limits. Third, I'm not going to give up. You're just promising, lady, that you won't find love again until you die. You'll never find a man again. You'll never get married again. You and I will never be together for a long time again. And this guy you're making fun of here went on 40 dates in 2 years. Join the club.
3 reasons you can cheat on someone you love. I learned this from a relationship therapist. This is no justification to cheat. It just explains how it's not black and white, and how you can love someone and still make a very bad choice. 1, it's possible to love 2 people at the same time. 2, you're in love and you feel like you've met your forever person and you just can't believe it. So what do? You have a freak out and you feel safer subconsciously to sabotage good things. 3, part of you is gone missing in your current relationship. You meet someone else and that part of you that was missing comes to life. Again, none of these are good reasons to cheat. And if you get cheated on by someone who loves you, you don't have to stay. But understand that you cheated does not mean I don't love you. Sometimes it's more complicated than that.
This girl gave stealing more style than a load of laundry. It's kinda cool. Really scary times we live in when a woman goes on camera and says it's okay to cheat, don't you think? I'm not making excuses for cheating. But she does, right? I not real. No. You don't love your man if you cheat on him. It's if you cheat on him. Isn't it time you felt bad about yourself? Because women can get to guys so easily, right? They can cheat without much trouble. They can get together with a lot of guys, right? We don't have that for guys though. Do you agree? This is why there is an old proverb that says men are only as loyal as the women they can choose from. There are 2 sets of rules for guys. It's different because we don't get to be with the other sex forever, right? In a physical or other way.
My therapist said this to me recently and it blew my mind. She said that if you're going through a breakup or you have with someone who is an avoidant attachment and it seems like they're completely fine, completely unfazed, they have no problem staying in contact and just being super casual. And if they are an avoidant attachment, then they'll always be okay in that state because for them, their natural state is compartmentalizing to the point of just avoiding all of those hard feelings. And so if you feel like, what's wrong with me? Why am I feeling all of these hard things? And they seem to just be completely normal. This is often the case. And she said they will literally always be unfazed.
This is yet another woman getting help from her therapist. The therapist is probably single because most of them don't like men, the patriarchy, or traditionalism. And they are still single. Many of them are single, but they are here giving them help. Since they want to be in a relationship or get married, they're listening to someone who isn't married and who is basically telling them what they should do, right? Not good advice. So, if you want to get fit, like, get jacked, would you listen to someone who is fat? Of course not. Okay. You would listen to someone who was fit and jacked.
I don't know how to explain to men, because I know women get this, to men that spending money genuinely makes women happy. It can be, we can go buy some paper towels. I'm going to Target right now to go buy some paper towels, and I'm so excited just to actively buy something. It makes me so happy to double tap, hover over a little icon, that 3D thing icon, to pay for.
Man, she's not wrong. Girls and women like to spend cash. Do you think they like to spend your money? She says things like, women just like to spend. Well, yes, and I'm joking when I say that. I mean, sure, yeah. A lot of women like to spend money and shop. You know, I do that sometimes these days, but only when it makes sense. Like when I'm sitting in this Lamborghini, I only spend money when it makes sense. Yes, I do mean that some women like to spend other men's money. Most of the time, that's a red flag if she likes spending money. You mean your money, right? You should never go shopping with these girls. They should never go on these trips with you.